Today is February 17th, and I just bought this phone maybe a month or so. It's not working. I can't swipe it to log into my thing. So I'm gonna go to the store to actually have them check it out or give me a new phone, and I have information in there. So I'm gonna go before my son comes back from school. He has half a day, so I need to do that. And what time is it? 10 o'clock. See, I still have the box and everything, and there's my old phone in there. Actually, my old phone is in there. So when did I buy this crap? It's a cheap phone. I don't like to spend a lot of money. I bought it January 6th at 10:53 a.m. So I need to go and return it, or have them check it out. And what are the policies? They did highlight the policies. Handset upgrades are non-refundable or cannot be exchanged. Customers may take advantage of our incredible promotional pricing, including instant and mail-in rebate. Once within 90 days period. Within 90-day period, a customer who has already purchased a promotional price device may upgrade by paying the full amount. Oh, I never did that. So I need to do that. What's 90 days? What? 3 months? All upgrades are all purchase or final. Okay, so let me bring it and see what's going on. All right, I gotta go. Back from the store. I'm kind of hungry. For some reason, once I got to the store, the damn phone started working. So I'm just gonna eat a little bit of corn. I believe I have a video when I purchased them. I think it was 99 cents. Use that cup. Frozen vegetable. I put 2. Okay. 6 minutes. Let's see what happens. It's not hot yet. Oh, what happened here? The thing just stopped? The thing just stopped working. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Good. Apparently I should have read the bag. I could have left it in the bag to put in the microwave. One thing I don't like about this, there's no off button. I do not have ketchup, Michael. Okay, so this I need to put back. You gonna eat both of them?
No,
well, I'll make 2. And then you eat them whenever.
I don't eat them.
Okay, it's good. Let me leave it a few. Make sure if you walk by the kitchen, don't touch the thing, okay? It's very hot.
Don't touch what?
Don't touch this. It's hot.
I'll never touch.
Because I'm going to be working.
I'll never touch stuff like that.
Okay. Well, I'm just letting you know. Do you want me to cut them in half, or you hold it like that and eat it?
Cut in half.
Please.
Please.
Alright. It's done. Where are you?
Yeah.
You guys left a mess there. You were doing your drawing here, Michael. Why didn't you clean up afterward? See, there's no space for you to sit and eat. I don't know why whenever you guys finish with something, you don't clean up after yourself. Eat whatever. And you say you didn't...
Somewhere here.
Huh?
Over here it said my name. See?
Where? Here.
I wrote my name.
Where is it?
Here.
You wrote your name?
Yeah, here.
Oh, okay.
It's a red marker. Do you see it?
So, is it the one in red?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Red.
It's very hard to see. Do you want orange juice with that?
No.
Drink water afterward then.
I like that.
What?
Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome. It's hot. I just took it from the thing. Silly. I don't know. Maybe we'll do. Okay, you did the homework already. Did you do the reading while relax for a few. It's fine. Please, when I say let's do work, I do not want to hear any crying. Because today your teacher said what needs to be studied. Okay, and I think you know some of these already. So we'll review them quickly. And I don't know. For the anthology, I'll look at my email, see what she sent, what to study. So we don't want to study things that she doesn't want. She's not even going to test you on, even though you should know them. But we'll focus on what she wants you to do for the test. We need to practice Spanish too. You don't have to have Spanish test because you're really not doing too good in Spanish. Did you bring the Spanish book?
No.
But well, I'll find something based on all homework to study. Eat and then just enjoy yourself for today. You did the homework earlier today. February 17th. I'm still the same day. February 17th. It's almost time for me to pick up my other son. So I was sitting here. My oldest doesn't have school, and I was reading here an email that the teacher sent regarding the test scores and things that the kids need to be studying. For instance, here it says, let me highlight it. This part. This weekend, we will be sending home multiple books for studying purposes. Scholars will be taking home their science book and their anthology themes C and D to study for next week's test. These books must be returned by Tuesday, February 21st. And where was the thing that I was reading? Okay. Please make sure to send. They ended up in Scholar by. Okay. Also, going home are test envelopes, which is this. These are the test envelopes. Test envelopes. Please do not worry about the reading comprehension grades. Across the grade, this test was very difficult. Was very difficult, and there were few high grades. It has been reviewed and classed with the scholars, and all the second grade teachers are working hard toward better grades on the exam. Please take this as an opportunity to talk to your child about his or her mistakes and how they can avoid them on the next exam. That's this on the next exam. So, I think I may have recorded a little bit of me studying with my son. I think I was doing throughout the day. I started recording myself, and I went on and go on and record other things, and I may have put small clips here and there. So I'm looking here. This is one of the tests. I stood late studying with my son. He was sick, and I literally forced him to stay up to study. And I when he couldn't read himself because he was so sick, I was reading to him. So apparently it did work. So when he took the science test, this is his grade. 21 out of 21. And here, the English, for the English, he has 21 out of 23 points, and he ended up having 91. And I think this was the hard grade that the teacher was talking about. So he has 84 on this one. So he got 16 out of 19 points. So I'm assuming he missed 3 points. Okay, all these he got correct. So it's just some minor mistakes, I guess, from the test. He has a little bit of reading comprehension problem. So this is one of the one he has wrong. And, you know, maybe tomorrow I'll review with him. And this. So he pretty much only has 2 wrong. So apparently, I guess they grade them by 1.5 point. Yeah. So he only has, oh no, there's the third one. He got this one wrong. So, okay. So he did have 3 wrong. 3 wrong out of, how many questions? Out of 19 points. So even though it's a very low grade, so he only had 3 wrong. So Saturday, today I just want him to relax. He wants to play video game. Earlier this morning he did his homework. I made sure he sit down and did his homework. So and it's Friday and he's been very sick all week. So I'm just letting him relax a few. But I just wanted to show you guys this. It's not like I'm bragging. It's just the hard work that is involved in trying to get your kids to have a good grade. So I had to sit down with him even though he was sick. He was horrible. I may have pictures of him laying down on the couch. He couldn't even move. Headache, coughing, fever. So I was sitting next to him, reading to him while he could not even read for himself. So apparently that worked. Okay. So he got 101, 91 on another, and 84 on the other. And they said this one was very hard. So I need to work on that with him. He has a long weekend, so I'm gonna work with him. He doesn't have school on Monday. So yeah, today I'm just letting him be. I just wanted to share that. Again, it's not about bragging. It's just the hard work that is involved to getting your kids to do well. And even though I'm showing fitness stuff, you know, after I leave the gym, I have tons of stuff to do afterward. And one more thing, another thing that the school does is that they send this envelope, and every time they have a test, they put the test in this envelope, and then they put the date and whatever the test is, and then parents have to sign it. And this is all the ones to make sure that you review it. So I had to sign all of this, and this is the one for this week. I already signed them. I signed it yesterday. So just to let them know that we did review it, we saw the test. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. You guys gonna get yourself tired. You know we're walking home, right? Well, you're gonna be on your bike.
We're walking home? Oh, no.
Same way we got here. We didn't bring the car.
Already a Donkey Kong, and then I changed it to Sonic, right? I'm Donkey Kong, alright? Come get me.
Do not go in the elevator without us, okay? Oh, I'm hungry.
Yeah. What? You're not going to get away from that. Now you have to go for the wall. Me? Yeah, you.
Be careful so you don't fall, please.
I'm going to go fall.
Yeah, we need to put those things back. Daddy has to put them back. And it's not like it's a surprise because I told you I'm going to ask you a question. They're talking about when they say, okay, listen again. I'm going to read the sentence and you tell me. 105 Englishmen aboard 3 ships sailed up Chesapeake Bay. Some were tradesmen, carpenters, blacksmiths, or barbers. Who are they talking about? Who are the, okay, listen. Who are the tradesmen, carpenters, blacksmiths, or barbers? Who are they?
The people who ride the Mayflower.
Did I say anything about Mayflower?
The ship?
Thank you. Don't mention things that's not in the text. Learn that. Understand? All right? Very good. That's what it is. About half were gentlemen who had never worked a day in their lives. All hoped to make their fortune in the Americas. What do they mean by that? They all hope to make their fortune in America. What is fortune?
I don't know.
What do you think it means?
I don't ask for help.
Okay, that's also a good way for if you don't understand what you're reading. And we have a dictionary, a kid's dictionary. Some of those words that in this book should be in the dictionary. If you don't understand a word, what do you think you should do?
Look at the dictionary.
Look it up. Next year, like I said, you're going to be taking the state exam, the state test. So all these things are helpful to know. Okay? So they're coming here to make a better life. They want to make money. They want to be able to, how will I say that? They want to make money pretty much. Okay? All hope to make their fortune in the Americas. So did the group of London businessmen who paid for the trip. An organization called the Virginia Company. Okay? The colony at Jamestown. So what did you read here?
People who live in colonists who live in Jamestown.
Okay, what else? What else? The colonists who...
How some of them died and what happened when some of them lived.
How some of them died and how... Okay, all right, let's see. All right, the colony at Jamestown. The leader of the colonists, one of your words, you see, it's in the book. Colonist. What is colonist? They're going to be testing you. What is colonist? What is colonist? Yep, one of your words. Colonist. Huh?
People who live in another country.
Okay, that's close enough. People who live in a colony, okay? Very good. The leader of the colonists was a brash young man named John Smith. Who was John Smith? The leader of the colonists was a brash young man named John Smith. Who was John Smith? I'm going to read it one more time.
Listen. Listen to the first part.
Okay? The leader of the colonists was a brash young man named John Smith. Who was John Smith?
The leader of the colonists.
Thank you. Yes. Okay? Sometimes they throw a word is a descriptive word. Brash is just telling you they're describing who he is. And I think couple weeks ago they were teaching you those things on your sentences. Okay? Soon after the colonists arrived at Jamestown, Native Americans captured him and took him to their leader, Chief Powhatan? Okay, let me read that again. Soon after the colonists arrived at Jamestown, Native Americans captured him and took him to their leader. The leader is named Chief Powhatan. Now, who took John Smith? Soon after the colonists arrived at Jamestown, Native Americans captured him and took him to their leader. When they say capture him, who are they talking about? Who is him?
The Native Americans captured John Smith.
That's right. And who is him again?
John Smith.
Very good. John Smith. And who they took John Smith to? Let me read it again. Soon after the colonists arrived at Jamestown, Native Americans captured him and took him to their leader, Chief Powhatan.
They took him to Chief Powhatan.
And who is Chief Powhatan?
The leader of the American Indians.
Thank you. Yes. Give me 5.
Right.
Okay? Very good. All you have to do is listen. That's part of reading comprehension. All right? The chief put Smith through a series of tests to prove his bravery. Okay? Pocahontas, the chief's 11-year-old daughter, was watching. Who was watching who?
Pocahontas.
And what was she watching?
She was watching.
She's a she.
She was watching John Smith taking tests.
Okay. Very good. Okay? Good.
Wow.
I'm impressed. Very good. And how old was Pocahontas?
I don't know.
11 years old. Okay.
11.
Yes. Smith later claimed that Pocahontas begged her father to spare his life. What do you think that means?
Beg?
No. Okay? Now, let me read that sentence again. Smith. Who is Smith?
John Smith.
Very good. Smith later claimed that Pocahontas begged her father. Who is the father? The leader. Okay? The American Indian leader, okay, was Pocahontas' father. Okay? So Smith later claimed that Pocahontas begged her father to spare his life. What does that mean, to spare his life?
To spare his life means to help him with his life.
To what?
Help him with his life.
Okay, but what does that mean?
I don't
What
know.
were they going to do to him?
Spare his life.
No, they were not going to spare his life.
They were going to do the opposite. You don't have to get mad. If you don't know, you don't know, but try and think.
Pocahontas begged, okay?
The father.
Begged the father, okay, to spare his life. What does that mean? To spare his life.
I don't know.
if the chief is the head of the Indians, and they put him to a series of tests to see how brave he was. And then they said Pocahontas was watching. Now, if he failed the test, they probably would do something to him. Now, that 11-year-old Pocahontas begged the father to spare his life. What is life?
Life?
Is to live, okay? To live. If you're living, you have life, okay? Now, to spare his life. What do you think that means?
I think to turn around his life.
To not kill him. To not kill him. To spare his life. They're sparing him for not killing him. So Pocahontas begged the father not to kill John Smith. Okay? Now, who said that? Who said Pocahontas begged the father to spare his life? Who said that?
John Smith?
That's right. Because he was able to live to tell the story. Because they say here, Smith later claimed is to tell, okay, that Pocahontas begged her father to spare his life. He was freed and allowed to return to his men. So they free him. They said, go back to where, I guess, to the settlement. Okay? Mm-hmm. Smith gave several different versions of his story, and no one knows for sure what really happened. But the Powhatans did welcome the English settlers, providing them with corn and bread. Okay? When they say the English newcomers called their tiny settlement Jamestown. So what's another word for English newcomers based on your study list, thing?
The newcomers are the Wampanoag.
No.
The Pilgrims.
They are the Pilgrims. And what's another word for them?
For them.
Colonist. They are the colonists. Okay? Okay. So what did they call their settlement area?
Jamestown.
Very good. After King James the First of England. Okay? So why did they name the settlement Jamestown? Who they named it after?
After
King James, okay? The First of England.
King James.
Okay? It was the first permanent English settlement in North America. You understand? Mm-hmm. It was the very first English. Why are you doing that with your mouth? Are you going to throw up?
No.
Okay, stop doing that. Jamestown was what? What do you know about Jamestown so far?
That was named before new.
It was named after.
Named after King James.
Very good, James the First. And where was King James the First? England. Okay. And what else? It was the very first what?
Colony.
Okay, first settlement, permanent settlement in North America. Understand? Okay, most of the Virginia colonists spent their days tramping through the woods in search of gold. Remember, we said they come to make money. What word did they use for money? Fortune. Okay, they came to make fortune. So, what did they do all day? They were looking for gold. Okay? They did not know how to hunt or raise crops. Did you read things about that here? Who taught them how to? Okay. So, who are the Wampanoag?
The Wampanoag are the colonists who teach.
No, the Wampanoags are not the colonists.
Are the people who taught the Pilgrims how to hunt
Okay, that's true, but who were
Who are they? If they're not the colonists, who are they? Yes, the
Yes.
Wampanoag. Who are they? Okay, first, what is colonist?
Colonists is people who live in the country, who live in another country.
In another country or another land, okay? So they left their homeland and go someplace else, right? So the colonists, who taught them how to hunt and raise crops and things like that? Yes, the Wampanoag. Who are the Wampanoag? Who are they? They're not colonists. They didn't leave another land to come to the settlement. Who are they?
Connie?
They are what?
Connie?
No.
What were they?
What were they?
You know this. You know it. Think.
Someone taught the Englishmen, who also the settlers, who also the colonists, okay? Someone taught them how to hunt and fish and raise crops. Who taught them how to do all of that? The Wampanoag. Yes, I know. Now, who are...
Wampanoag is a name. Like Michael. What is Michael?
A name. A name.
Who is Michael?
Me.
A little boy, right? Now, who are the Wampanoag?
Did they come from somewhere else?
No.
So where did they come from?
They come from Jamestown.
In the area. Okay, I'll take that. They came from the area. So, who are the people who were there in the area before the settlers come from England?
What type of people were there already?
There were King.
No, Kings is all the way in England. He never come to the Americas. Who were the Wampanoag? Michael, there's two type of people you have to think about. I'm gonna tell you the answer. Please do not. It's very simple. Settlers and American Indians. Understand? One came from another land and one was already there. The ones who were already there are what?
The American Indian.
The American Indian. Who are the American Indians? What were their names besides American Indians? Wampanoag. Hmm?
No.
You understand?
Yes.
What were the two people? The two groups?
Settlement and Wampanoag.
The what?
The settlement and the American.
The settlement? What?
Settlement, he said.
Settlement and the American Indians.
The colonists
Colonists
and
and American Indians.
okay. And what are the names of what were the American names group names?
American Indians.
Wampanoag. Okay, do you understand? Now, who taught them how to raise crop and hunt?
American Indians.
What?
American Indians.
Okay? So don't get that confused. Now, whatever your teacher wrote, are we finding this out in this book?
Yes.
This is why sometimes you have to read more than just the highlights of what the teacher gave you. This is just a basic idea. Okay? Understand?
Yes.
Now, and what were the settlers were doing most of their days during the day? What were they doing? They were searching for gold. Okay. When they struck it rich, they thought they wouldn't need to know about such thing. Wait, I skip a thing. Most of the Virginian colonists spent most of their days tramping through the woods in search of gold. They didn't know how to hunt or raise crops, and they didn't want to learn. Okay, was that a good idea or bad idea?
Bad.
Why was it bad? What was the cause and effect
Because
here?
Cause is that they didn't want to learn.
And the effect?
And the effect is that they didn't learn.
Okay, they didn't learn. Okay, so what will happen if they don't learn how to raise crops and hunt? What will happen to them?
They die.
That's right. That's
Why
the
are they
effect.
gonna die?
Because they don't know how to plant food.
What happens when you don't plant food?
You die.
What is the cause of you dying? Why would you die?
Because you need food to stay
Okay,
alive.
that's what I
Okay,
wanted.
so you need food to eat. All right? So that's the cause and effect here. Okay? They didn't know how to hunt or raise crops, and they didn't want to learn. When they struck it rich, they thought they wouldn't need to know about such things. Smith knew that the colony would be in deep trouble unless people planted crops. It made him angry to see men idle in the summer. Now, this is a life lesson, Michael. Money does not solve everything. Money does not solve everything. You could have a lot of money. If you don't know the basics, you will die. Money is not going to save you all the time. You need money to pay people to do things for you. Do you understand? Once you know how to do them yourself, okay, you will not need people to do them for you. And if there's nobody around for you to pay them to do the thing, how are you going to survive? Do you understand that? That's the problem here. Do you understand? Yes, you need money. Yes, you need a lot of other things. But learning how to do things for yourself is very important. Do you understand? Okay? So I just want to point this out. So, who thought that it would be bad for the settlers? That they don't want to learn how to hunt and raise, crop and stuff like that. Who thought that was a bad idea?
I don't know.
John Smith. Okay? It made him angry to see men idle in the summer. What were they going to do when winter came and there was no food? Do food grows in the winter?
No.
When do food grow?
Summer.
Okay?
Spring.
Okay.
Winter. No, not winter, fall.
Well, like in when do you start planting?
Summer.
In the spring, and then during the summer, the food grows. Understand?
So, spring and summer.
So, Smith announced a strict rule. He who does not work does not eat. Only sick people were excused. Okay? So, what did John Smith announce? He who does not work does not eat. Only the sick people were excused. Huh? What does that mean? He who does not work does not eat. Only the sick people were excused.
Simple. It means just a person that doesn't want to learn nothing.
Okay. If you don't work, you don't eat. That's all it means.
It's like if you don't study, you don't play video game. He who does not study does not play video game. Same thing. He who does not work does not eat.
Do you understand? So whoever did not work will not eat. Do you understand? He who does not work does not eat. Only sick people were excused. What does that mean?
It means only sick people who still didn't work or could eat.
Very good.
Very good. Ah, very good. The men grumbled about Smith's rule, but they worked as he ordered. Even the gentlemen got calluses on their hands. That's like something in their hand from working.
Show your hand.
Shut up, I don't have any. No, but Daddy was talking about me because I go to the gym. Even the gentlemen got calluses on their hands from digging and hoeing. Jamestown survived its first and second year. Okay? In 1609, Smith had to return to England. Without his leadership, the men slipped back into their lazy ways. One eyewitness said they enjoy bowling in the streets. Their food supplies ran low and finally disappeared. So far, what did I read? What do you understand based on what I read? One eyewitness. What does that mean? All right, good. Say what you were going to say.
John Smith went back to England.
Uh-huh. What happened when he went back to England? Very good.
I don't know.
Something happened when he went back. Okay. In 1609, Smith had to return to England. Without his leadership, what does leadership mean?
Leadership means his leader.
The leader of the settlers, okay? Without his leadership, the men slipped back into their lazy ways. What does that mean? They slipped back.
Lazy ways means that you're so lazy that you cannot do nothing.
Okay, they didn't do anything once John Smith went back.
Okay,
where?
Michael, listen. When John Smith was there, he made them work. So they were working all the time. Okay? When John Smith left, what did they stop doing?
They stopped working.
Okay.
So when he said they slipped back, that means that they went back to being lazy and not work.
You understand?
That's the term, slip back. That means when they first got there, they didn't want to work until John Smith made them work, right? So when he went away, they didn't want to follow his old directions. So they went back to not working from
planting and doing all the
doing work to they went back not to do work.
Yay! Give me a summary of what we read yesterday, please. I want you to explain to me, like, if someone did not read the book, they have no clue what's going on. So I want you to tell them who, what, where, when, and why.
What I learned about the story is that when people didn't work, they didn't get to have food. They didn't get to have food.
Who was there? Who are the people? I want you to tell me who.
I don't remember.
Who are we studying? What are you studying about in school? Jamestown, okay? So where was that? Where is Jamestown? What was it? Was it a settlement, a colonist? What's a colonist?
Colonist people live in a country, live in another country or land.
Okay. Are they people or land? Colonist.
They're people.
Okay. What else?
Michael, sit up.
Sit up. Because when you lay down, you're not thinking.
But I'm not laying down.
Okay, please, let's make this quick. It's supposed to be quick because we did most of it last night. When you keep on putting things off, imagine if we didn't do it yesterday, we didn't do it Friday, how much you will not know. When is that test? Tomorrow?
I don't know.
All right. So who? Who are the people? What are the two groups are we talking about?
Jamestown.
Jamestown is the place.